Alright, so today, as the title and thumbnail says, I'm going to be looking through every Smash Bros. Ultimate character, and I'm going to say, can I beat them in a fight? And, spoiler alert, most of the time the answer is probably going to be no, as these are literally fighting game characters. But sometimes you never know, there's going to be some exceptions. So I'm going to judge how badly can I get my ass kicked is essentially the thing. There's gonna be, I get destroyed is probably going to be like when I'm fighting against like the gods and shit in this game. In their favor is when it's not like an even fight, but I also don't get completely fucked, but like it's still, they have the advantage. Even fight, you know, self-explanatory. In my favor is just the reverse of in their favor. And then free win is just the reverse of I get destroyed, where it's like, oh my god, I'm against Rob, he's a literal toy, just punt the motherfucker, right? So starting off, Bayonetta. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's like a demon or some shit, so I get fucked, right? Yeah, not even close. Bowser Jr.? I would say in my favor for Bowser Jr., because like, at the end of the day, he is like Toddler, and Toddler is very puntable, you know? But the reason I'm gonna not say like free win is because he does have all his machinery, right? So depending on how it is, if he can just get into his clown car or fly up, just shoot projectiles, I can't do shit. He can just camp my ass out, right? But a lot of the times in games, he doesn't even really do that much, I don't think. I would say in my favor. Bowser, I can't even spin this. That's not even like an in their favor type thing. I get fucked against Bowser. He can breathe flames. He's got them claws. He's actually pretty big. He can slash the shit out of me. I'm dead, right? Captain Falcon, he doesn't really show many, like, fighting type things, though, right? Like, for Ken and Ryu, that's in their favor because they are a person, but they're trained fighters. For Captain Falcon, you never know, though, because, like, he's just a racer, right? So it would be like fighting another dude, essentially. Chrom, he's trained in a sword. I wouldn't get completely fucked because he is a dude, but also he's trained in his sword, so, like, you know, on the battlefield constantly, so in his favor. Cloud, like, I couldn't even lift the Buster Sword. He's also got, like, some of the magic type shit with, like, blade beams and shit. That's just, I would lose that. No, I would lose that. I would lose that. You know what, I think I'm going to make a new tier. Let's make a new tier. Here we go. Let's make a new tier just for, like, gods. Like, gods and shit, you know? Like, Bayonetta, Palutena, Shulk, those are all just gonna go up there. Corrin, I would put it in their favor just for the same reason as Chrom. Daisy, I would just say in my favor or free win. I would say free win. I would say free win. Like Daisy and Peach, what do they really do? Like in the games, what do? They get kidnapped. Now to be fair, if I was against Bowser, I would also get kidnapped. But I would say that's more so like a free win, as opposed to Bowser Jr., who also would be able to kidnap and beat up Peach and Daisy, just because of like his machinery and shit. Dark Pit, pretty sure that's like angel type shit. I've never actually played the games, but I know they've got some like magic shit. They got the wings and shit. They can fly, shoot projectiles. I'm just dead, right? I'm fucked. Dark Samus, alien with guns. Enough said. Diddy Kong, that's a monkey. So I would say in my favor, only because monkeys are psychopaths, right? So I feel like I would more so win that because it's just a monkey, right? But you never know with those motherfuckers. That's not a free win. Like I'm coming out of that fight with some like claw marks, you know, maybe an eye missing, who knows. DK, I'm not fighting a gorilla. I'm fucked by a gorilla. Okay, I don't think I would be fucked by a gorilla entirely. I should probably stop saying how I'm gonna get fucked by a gorilla. I wouldn't get my ass beat by a gorilla as much as some of these other ones, right? But that's not even. That's definitely, they win. They come out of that winning. But maybe I can do some damage. Meat Gunner. I don't even want to classify the Miis, really. I mean, like, I guess we can, sure, I guess. He's got a gun, so in their favor, but you never know. Like, what if I also bring a gun? Like, what if I just show up to the fight with a Glock in hand? Then it's kind of an even fight, right? But, like, just for all the Miis, I'll put them in their favor, because, like, you know, they're fighters, right? Good marksman or something, fighter, and swordsman, I guess. Dr. Mario, that's an iffy one, right? I would say probably in my favor. Just looking at the motherfucker, right? I don't know if I would put that in even fight or not. I would say in my favor, because Mario is canonically very short, right? Like, in Mario Odyssey, New Donk City, you see how short he actually is, right? And then I would put Duck Hunt Duo in my favor, because that's against a dog and a bird, so I can win that. I'm confident I can beat their asses, but, like, I'm coming out with some bite marks and shit, right? Like, some claw marks, you know, some skin teared off, right? Space Bird with lasers, I would say probably in his favor. Same thing with, you know, Space Fox with lasers and guns. Ganon, he's got the Triforce of Power. I would get fucked. Greninja, that's in their favor. I mean, it's a Pokemon. I mean, sure, he's not that big, but also, like, you know, he's very fast. He's got projectiles. Free win. I could beat 2 kids. Like, you know, it wouldn't be that hard. Incineroar, that's just an in their favor type thing, right? Because, you know, Pokemon, but he's also got, like, fire type abilities, and, you know, is also, like, a pro wrestler type fighter, so, you know. Inkling, I'm pretty sure that's just, like, a kid, right? Like, Inkling, they're children who are weak to water, right? So I would say it's a free win, because, like, worst case scenario, they shoot, an ink gun at me, and it's like, wait, what? I just got ink on me. That's it? That's it? Water, and then that's free win. Isabelle doesn't actually fight in the game, right? And she's not that big or anything, right? So that's free win. Jigglypuff, that's one of the few Pokemons I'm not sure about, right? Because Jigglypuff isn't that big, right? But Incineroar, Greninja, not really big fighter like those two. I would say probably an even fight for that one. Joker, I'm gonna say even fight, right? Because it depends. It depends on which Joker. If you're going Joker without, like, in Metaverse Persona, without his home field advantage, he's a regular-ass dude, right? And so I would say for these fights, fight on regular playing field. Because, like, you know, why fight in their advantageous state, right? So if he's not in his Metaverse world, where he has his Joker Persona, you know, type abilities, then he's just literally a regular dude who doesn't even really fight much. I'm pretty sure he doesn't fight at all, really, or knows how to fight that well. So I would say it would probably be in my favor, but just because, you know, you never know, I'll put it in even fight just because of that. Ken, I get bodied, right? Trained fighter, I get bodied. DDD, what DDD? I don't think he's too big, but he's very durable. Like, he fights Kirby all the time. And Kirby can just go at the top of God's tier over here, because Kirby, at the end of each Kirby game, Kirby literally fights and eats God. At every game. He's fighting a God at some point, always winning, and then he just goes, Poyo! And then that's the end of it. So Kirby, uncontested. So if DDD's fighting him constantly, I get fucked. K. Rool. Giant alligator. I would say in their favor. Because he doesn't really have that many things, like, if he had some sort of gimmick, like, can breathe fire, a flamethrower installed into him, like, you know, Bowser, or, like, you know, a Triforce of Power, like Ganon, that I would say get destroyed, right? But he doesn't have that little extra boost he needs to get destroyed tier, in my opinion. The most he does is throw his crown at you or shoot, like, a cannonball type thing, but he doesn't really show anything extraordinary to get that tier up. Link, I mean, got the Triforce of Courage, yeah, but, like, Courage doesn't really help too much in a fight, to be fair. I mean, yeah, you know, it helps you, you know, stay calm, I guess, and collected or something, I don't know. But I would say in their favor just because of a lot of the weaponry he has and fighting experience. Little Mac in their favor, probably for the same reason as Ken, right? Actually, let's find Ryu right here. There's Ryu. Just throw Ryu in their favor as well, because, you know, trained fighter type of thing. Lucario, I mean, he's got magical abilities, Aura Spear, that's in their favor. Lucas, I would say it's an even fight, right? Same with Ness. Here, let me grab Ness here. Okay, the reasoning, right? But calm down. Reasoning. They are children, right? And most of the time in their games, they just use, like, bats and shit. They just smack people with bats, right? Most of the time. Now, the psychic abilities are what is called in question. That's the iffy part, right? Because if they didn't have their psychic abilities, all the way down here in free win, right? Free win. They're children. But because of their psychic abilities, I would say probably even fight, because their psychic abilities have, like, a limited amount of uses, right, before needing to be recharged and all that, right? So therefore, I could try and camp it out, or like I could have tried and avoid them. You never know, right? And it all depends on if I can get to them and start beating them up before they can even use their psychic abilities or not. So I'm going to say an even fight. You never know which way that's going to go. It all depends. Lucina, that's another Fire Emblem. Luigi, what does he do? He just fights ghosts, right? Like, he uses a vacuum cleaner on ghosts. He doesn't really do too many insane things. A lot of the insane things, like, you know, fighting Bowser and all those explosive type things, are Mario. Luigi's the one who is always bitching in the corner trying to run away, right? So I'm going to say an even fight on Luigi. But as for Mario, I would get fucked. If Bowser... No, actually... Ooh. Because Mario's canonically, like, short. He's so small. Punt him. But then you gotta realize how much shit he survives. Like, he survives castles exploding and all that. You punt him, it don't matter. For Mario and Luigi and all these, I'm just going base Mario and Luigi, because if you start introducing, like, you know, all the power-ups, it's like, okay, what the fuck? Put him in God tier then, because of invincibility start untouchable, you know? So I'm just looking at each of these characters with, like, base ability type things. Maybe if they have their gimmicks on them that they constantly use, right? Like me, Gunner. Literal cannon arm. Same with, like, Dark Samus and Samus, right? Dark Pit. Got literally a bow in his hand in his picture. Mario does not have the Fire Flower on him right here, so I'm not going to do that. Same with, you know, the star. Anyways, Marth in their favor. Mega Man, definitely... I get destroyed. Now, that's not even like an in their favor, I'll do some damage to him. He can just, from miles away, just charge his cannon, his arm cannon laser, and just blast me. Yeah, I mean, all he really has is the arm cannon blaster, but even so, that's still probably enough to fuck me, right? Meta Knight. Again, fights with Kirby a lot, so I don't think I'd stand a chance. Also is Training Sword. Mewtwo. I get destroyed. I get destroyed. I get destroyed by Mewtwo. Literally doesn't even have to do much. He just, you know, thinks for a few seconds, uses a bit of that psychic energy, and is like, kill yourself. And I'm like, oh, shit, guess I gotta die now. Woo! Game & Watch? I don't even know how to classify this one. He doesn't really do anything fighting-wise. I would say in my... It's between even fight, in my favor, and free win. I would say Game & Watch, specifically, free win. Olimar? I mean, that's free win. That's easy free win. I mean, he's, like, microscopic, right? Like, I won't even know that I'm fighting him, and the fight will be over, because I would have accidentally stepped on the motherfucker. Pac-Man? This is hard to judge Pac-Man's ability. I would just say... He's in the same situation as Game & Watch and Isabelle for me, where it's like, in their actual games, they don't really fight, right? There's no really fighting or outstanding ability they show, and it's not like anything like, even like Donkey Kong, where it's like, that's a motherfucking gorilla. I can already picture me fighting a motherfucking gorilla. It ain't gonna end too well. Palutena, that's going in God tier, because, you know, God. Peach, we'll put him along with Daisy, you know, same reasoning. Pichu? It's either in their favor or even fight. Because I don't know how bad the electricity is. It's so hard to judge Pokemon sometimes for these, because it's like, yeah, but like, it's like you're fighting a taser. If you get, like, you get electrocuted, you either die or you're really hurt. But like in the Pokemon show and all that, they get electrocuted constantly, and it's like, stop that, Pikachu. Or get hit by a flamethrower, and it's like, oh, that hurt. Don't do that again. Right? So it seems like it doesn't hurt, but it's like, maybe it's just like, you know, what if Ash Ketchum is just durable as fuck, right? Can take a beating so easily. I don't know. Maybe it's just the people in that world. So judging it based off the regular ass people in there, I don't know whether I should judge it like that. I'll put Pichu in an even fight just because I'm not sure about that. Same with Pikachu, because at the end of the day, they are just like, you know, rat-sized, right? So maybe the voltage isn't even that high. Piranha Plant, I would put that even... that's either in my favor or free win. No, that's a free win. That's a free win. You're fighting a plant. I mean, he's based off of Venus Flytrap. If I were to think about it differently and think, how would I fare against a Venus Flytrap? Don't even need to think that hard. Venus Flytrap can't do shit to me. I mean, yeah, sure, he's got like a Patooey that he can shoot every now and then, or like some poison gas, but like, he's dead long before. That's free. That's free. Just start weeding. Grab my clippers and start weeding that shit. Pit, I get destroyed. Same reason as Dark Pit. Pokemon Trainer. Oh, do they got... Okay, so they got Pokemon Trainer just as a whole in here, which is Charizard, Squirtle, and Ivysaur. So that's in their favor. Squirtle, I would beat. I can beat Squirtle. Squirtle's a turtle. Ivysaur, I think it would be a pretty even fight. But I would probably be able to win, but it all depends on, like, the Razor Leaf, because those are, like, really sharp. It's like you throw a razor blade at someone, right? And then Charizard, that would be in their favor, right? Because Charizard, fly, breathe fire, never mind, I get fucked. If Charizard flies and camps me out with fire, can't do shit. Because Charizard, he's, like, person height as well, so that's kind of iffy. I would still stay in their favor. Just because the other two drag Charizard down. If Charizard was on his own, I think Charizard would get into the I get destroyed tier. Because he has the gimmick of being able to fly and shoot fire. But the other two drag him down. And if they classify all three together, that's where it goes. If they're classifying separate, I would classify Charizard as I get destroyed, Ivysaur as even fight, and Squirtle as in my favor. Richter is in their favor. Ridley, I get fucked by Ridley. Robin, I get destroyed. Yeah, Robin's got that in the sword skills of the other Fire Emblem ones, but also has, like, magic laser beams and fire, so yeah. Rob Freeman. Again, we're going back to the he's a toy thing. This is the one I was mentioning before. Rosalina, is Rosalina a god? I'm pretty sure Rosalina's a god, maybe? I don't know, I'm not entirely sure about that. We'll just go with that one, though. Roy, same with the other Fire Emblems, in their favor. Samus, I'm gonna put it same as Dark Samus. Little same reasoning, right? Sheik. That's either an even fight or in their favor, in my opinion, right? Maybe in their favor. Yeah, in their favor, because Sheik's got all them needles and kunai and all that, right? And is very agile, right? Shulk, Shulk's a god, so, you know. Simon, we'll just put him up here, same as Richter, in their favor, because he's got range, you know, and all that. The Holy Water and all that wouldn't do too much to me, because, you know, that's, like, mostly for the vampires and shit. But they are really, you know, they're buff dudes. There's some buff dudes who have, like, that long range ball and chain shit. Snake, I would just say in their favor. Because it depends on how far we're going. Because he's a regular dude, but, like, really, really heavily trained soldier type thing. So that puts the advantage. But it's like, if you take into account all of his, like, weaponry, then it might boost him to I Get Destroyed. But I don't know if we should count every single one of his weaponry, because those are also weaponry that exist in, like, this world. So if we really wanted to, I could be equipped with them, but I wouldn't know how to use them as well. Just might be able to do a bit of damage. I don't know. So therefore, I'll just put them in their favor, but probably leaning more towards I would get destroyed, I guess. I should mention, by the way, all of these the rankings for each list, like, aren't in any specific order. So just because K. Rool is above Snake here doesn't mean I actually think K. Rool would be harder to fight than Snake, and vice versa for all of these. Sonic, I would just get destroyed, right? I wouldn't even be able to touch him. Might not even be able to see him, right? Because literally his whole thing is he's fast, and if he turns into his little spinning ball thing, like, that has so much pressure, energy, kinetic, science shit or something that I would get fucked. Toon Link, I would say even. Same with Young Link. I'm going to put those together as even. Well, no. Yeah, I'm going to put those together as even, right? Because they fight a lot, right? They're trained fighters to a sense. Like self-trained, I guess, because they go fight a lot. They do have the Triforce of Courage, and they have their weaponry and stuff. But at the end of the day, they are children as well. So I think it would be evened out. Villager, I would say that's a free win. Same reason as Isabelle. Wario, I wouldn't know how to classify this one. He doesn't really have many big fighting things. Like his game, WarioWare, is just a bunch of mini-game type stuff. It doesn't really show many big abilities for Wario, in a sense. So I would just put him as even fight. Same with Wii Fit Trainer, right? Wii Fit Trainer, even though they're like peak, you know, physique and all that, you know, peak health, doesn't give them like an in their favor. In their favor is like a, they'll come away with maybe a scratch or two, but at the end of the day, nothing major. Whereas even if I fight someone in peak shape, I can still throw hands. That could go either way still. You never know. Wolf, I would probably get destroyed by Wolf. I don't know. I think the reason Wolf is probably above here for me, because from what I know about Star Fox, you're pretty much just in the ship the entire time shooting stuff, right? There's not too many actual combat things, but they do have their laser guns and all that. But I guess if they're getting laser gun, then I would just get a gun, I guess. so they're better at using guns than me and would probably beat me. I was just more so thinking wolf better because if I met a real wolf, like in the world, it would probably be in their favor. But when you're having the space wolf with gun, I get fucked. I meet a fox or a bird in real world, in my favor. But then you got them like same size as me with guns and from space, and that's probably in their favor. Yeah, okay, so I'll stick with that. Yoshi, I would say even, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, even. Zelda, I mean, I would put, oh no, Zelda, that's even. I was gonna put Zelda as free win with Peach and Daisy because Princess in Another Castle. But Zelda does have some magical abilities in some of the games, I guess. A lot of the games, they're not really used. She's just the princess in a castle. So it depends on which Zelda you're talking about. What game does Zelda really get a bunch of magical abilities? I don't know. Either way, we'll keep them there. Samus, she literally fights people in space all the time. She got the flip kicks, laser guns, all her equipment. I would probably nearing I get destroyed. No, I'd probably get destroyed, right? No, nearing get destroyed. Because she doesn't have her, like, signature, suit, which is what, has a lot of the abilities. Hero. I get destroyed, right? Yeah. He's got all the training for, like, swordsmanship and stuff like Link, but instead of having equipment like bow and arrow and boomerang and shit, he has magical fire and thunder and bullshit, is what anyone in Smash would also agree, as he's portrayed pretty well. I don't even gotta think about heroes like swordsmanship and skills in this one, right, when thinking about placing him here. All I gotta do is think, thwack! And then you just instant dead. Whack! And if you're not, keen on the, but that's RNG, kaboom! I ain't living a nuke! Magic burst! I could live a metal slash, though. I could live a metal slash. I got that one. Banjo and Kazooie. In their favor. Right? Yeah, I would say in their favor, right? Not entirely destroyed yet, but at the end of the day, I am also fighting a bear, right? So in their favor. They got some grenades and shit, so the Wonder Wing, close to get destroyed, but I don't think quite there yet. Not enough gimmick. Terry, that's just in their favor, same reason as Ryu can. I guess I'll put Kazuya there, but he does actually have that little bit extra with the Devil Gene, where he just turns into a demon, and that's like fighting a demon, and last time we put a demon in the list, it got up here with gods, because I ain't fighting demon. Byleth? That's just in their favor, right? Because she doesn't, well, never mind. I get fucked. I was thinking of it of, oh, well, I mean, she's just kind of really good with a lot of weaponry, like some of the other Fire Emblem characters in this, right? And then I remembered she also has the power of God, and if things aren't going her way, she'll just turn back time. So, I can, like, if I manage to get a hit off, she's like, oh, you hit me. Yo, God, real quick. Use my God power real quick. Turn back time? None of that happened. Anyways, continue. I'll avoid that now. I do actually realize afterward that I was talking a lot about Byleth's God powers and didn't put her in God tier. So just pretend I did, okay? Min Min? I'll just put her up here. I just put her up with gods. I mean, if I go into my match against Min Min, she don't even have to do shit. I'm just killing myself first. I don't want to fight Min Min. Steve, that's kind of, I have not run into a really good Steve in Smash yet, so can't we put him up there? I was gonna say probably even fight, just because he needs time in order to get his good abilities and stuff in the actual game. So if we're going base Steve, he just punches. But then I just kept thinking about a bunch of Twitter clips. And then I just kept starting to cry, So we'll just put him in I get destroyed by Minecraft Steve. Just because of the lingering mental damage. Sephiroth, he's like God tier, right? Is but isn't. Is it? Yeah, well, we'll just leave him up there anyways. Sora, I mean, he's got magic as well as his key, which acts as a sword type of shit. He's got a bunch of shit, so I would get destroyed. Kind of in the same boat as Robin for me. And lastly, Pyra and Mithra. Oh, they got them separate. Would they be considered gods in theirs? Because if Shulk was considered a god in his for having his Monado, then wouldn't Pyra and Mithra technically be on the same level for that? All the way up here? What? Like, Would that be how that works? Because of Xenoblade lore and shit, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure if Shulk is classified as God because of his Monado and stuff, then Pyramithra would also be classified as the god of their world. Same with Malos. Either way, if they're not gods, I get fucked. Like, it's not even close with them. She got fire, she got light, swords, big tits. Alright, and there you go. That's my final tier list right now of Smash characters I could beat in a fight, and my standings. Maybe a bit of them were, you know, a little, you know, in favor of myself because I am me. But fuck you, don't even talk about it, right? That's the definitive, them's the facts. And if anyone disagrees, I disagree. I got him.